This seminar is brought to you by Penn Reels.
I'm Captain George Gozdz, host of Time Florida Sportsman. In this week's seminar, I'm going to talk to you about kite fishing. Kite fishing is a highly effective way to present a live bait to pelagics. It seems like a tough technique, but really when you break it down to its basics, it's real simple to do. It's one of those things you just got to get out there, try it, practice it, and it doesn't take long to get good at it. Because constant adjustment is required when you're kite fishing, a conventional reel is required. Now we're just using some 20-pound monofilament. We double that 20-pound up. I just use a spider hitch, a short section, and then the first thing that you have on your line is a ring, ceramic ring. Now this is what's going to go into the release clip on the kite line. Then we use a float. Now this is just an indicator to tell us where our bait is. Depending on wind conditions, sometimes a weight is required. If it's too windy and you don't use this weight, it's just going to pull your bait up out of the water. So depending on conditions is dependent upon the size weight you're going to use. Then we just go to a simple clip. I just use a little loop knot and then a 15-foot section of fluorocarbon leader attached to your hook. So that's the setup for your rod and reel. Let me show you the kite rod. Kite rod is very simple as well too. I just had an old Senator sitting around the house. I use on this Penn kite rod, short rod, 60-pound braid, 80-pound braid, whatever you need, whatever you have is fine. And then what you have attached to that, some people use 3 release clips, you can use 1, I use 2 release clips. And then at the end of the release clip is a snap swivel that attaches to the kite. So all I need to do is take my first bait, put the ceramic ring into the release clip, and send that up the kite line by letting the kite line out. Now I want to adjust this. I want this float out of the water. I don't want my bait out of the water and I don't want the float in the water. I want to use this as an indicator to be able to see where the bait is. And now again, 15-foot section of leader allows me some play, some wiggle room there. Keep an eye on that float. A lot of times you're not going to see that float go straight down. A lot of times that float's going to move off to the side when you get picked up. All I'm going to do is when I get a bite, I engage the reel, I start reeling, it pops out of the release clip, and as this line is falling, that's a complete drop back. It enables time for the pelagic to eat the bait, come tight to the fish, you're on. So there you have it, the basics of kite fishing. With a small investment in gear and some practice, you can be out there with the top tournament pros.